guys, welcome back to another video. So today I am so excited because I finally got my hands on the new Hourglass palette. This is one of the three. This is the palette 1, which is the lightest shade variation that you can get, and I did get the Owl, which you can only get online, which I think it's only available for purchase online right now. And so yeah, we're gonna get into this today. We're going to put this on. Currently, the only thing that I have on my face is the Hourglass setting powder. So we are going to go in with this. These are finishing powders. So yeah, we're going to go over each shade. I'm going to do some comparisons because I did buy a few of, not last year, but I think the year before that, I bought some palettes. So we will go over those. And I do also have, because I've had this for a while when I bought the other palettes, the Ambient Lighting, I believe it is, brush. Anyways, it's the Hourglass brush that's meant to go with these palettes, these edit palettes. So yeah, we're going to get into this real quick before we get fully into this video. I did have my hair up in another video, so this is what it's looking like. And this is my natural hair color, and I'm really loving it. It's so fresh. I want to keep it like this length for a long time. Like, I want to grow it out eventually, but I'm really enjoying the lob. So anywho, without further ado, let's get started with this video. I will try to list the products that are on my face down below. So yeah, this is the palette 1. There are some other palettes. I'm going to do some comparisons, but they're not the new palettes. Like I said, they're a little bit older palettes. I have the Sculpture palette, and I have the, let me see, I have the Ambient Lighting Edit Ghost Unlocked palette that we will go over, and the Ambient Lighting Edit Ghost. I have both of them actually, but one was the unlocked palette. Yeah, this is the unlocked and this is the regular Ghost. So sorry, I know those are super shiny, but I do have 3 palettes from previous years, so we will look at those kind of in comparison to the new palette with some of the shades. But for right now, we are going to go over this brand new palette. It comes with 6 shades, and we are going to go over those. I'm going to open this up. It came in very nice packaging when I first received it. I was like, oh my god, like they triple double wrapped it, which thank goodness, because for a $90 palette, it really should. So anyhow, it comes in this, and then it just kind of slides out. These are tin packages, where the other palettes were, so this is a tin packaging where the other ones have been plastic in the years previous. So that's kind of cool. I know a lot of people were complaining because it doesn't stay open once you open the palette. But it is magnetized, I do believe. Yeah, so it's magnetized. Little peel porn here. We're gonna peel this off. Oh my goodness. Yes. So satisfying. Okay. So this is the palette. This is the Owl, which you could only get if you ordered it online from Hourglass's website, which I do believe is the only place it's available right now. But I think it is coming to Sephora and maybe some other places. I don't know the exact dates in that. But this is the Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked. We have the colors we're going to go over here, so I'm going to go in and give you a look at it. And it does just open from the bottom here. It does have a very strong magnet. Just open like this. Okay, so I'm not going to blind you, but it does come with a very nice size mirror in it. And it is fully magnetic, and it is a tin, so this doesn't stay up, whereas I think with the, let me see, previous years they kind of stayed up. Maybe not, anywho. So this is the palette 1, and like I said, I have it in the Owl, which was a special order. This is actually what would be on the website, the Jellyfish palette. So this is what, try not to blind you, let you see the colors. So this is what the palette looks like. We have 2 finishing powders, 1 in each corner. We have 2 blushes in the middle, a highlighter on the side here, and a bronzer down here. And we're going to go over some shade swatches of those real quick. I'm actually going to do my face first, and then we'll do swatches. So I'm just going to go over each shade with you. So starting with this powder right here in the corner, this is the finishing powder in Diffused Light, this one right here. And then we have a blush in Rose Fusion, which I believe is new. This powder is already, I think there's 3 new powders in here and 3 existing powders. So the diffused light I know is existing, which is this finishing powder right here. And then we have the middle one right here. This is a blush. This is the Rose Fusion blush. And then this is what really kind of, as silly as it may seem, this is what really got me going and wanting to buy it, was this like pinky strobe highlighter, and it is new. This is called the Metallic Strobe Powder in Opal Strobe Light. This one right here in the corner. And then down at the bottom here, we have the bronzer, which I believe is new, and it is the Lunar Bronze. Then we have the blush in Diffused Heat, which I believe is already existing. And then we have an existing finishing powder in Ethereal Light. So the 2 finishing powders in this blush and the Diffused Heat are already existing. And then the bronzer, this Rose Fusion blush, and the Opal Strobe Light are all 3 new. So you kind of get half and half. So yeah, let's dig into these. I'm going to put these on my face before I set my face, and then we're going to do some swatches of it. I really love these because they're really versatile. Like, they're very versatile. You can take them traveling. They last forever. They're very beautiful. They're made in Italy. They are made in Italy. I know you can't see that from here, but they are made in Italy, and they're just very beautiful finishing powders. I even think that this bottom one, now don't quote me, but I think you could use that under the eye to brighten, which is what we're going to try to do, and that is the Ethereal Light finishing powder. And then all over the face, we're going to put the Diffused Light, which is this one right here. So first, before we do any blush or anything, I'm going to go in with the Diffused Light powder, and we're going to put that all over my face. And I am going to use this brush. This brush was actually made to go perfectly into these pans. So I'm just going to dip into that one. And I am just going to put that all over my face. They give such a beautiful glow without being like glittery. And they are more for like after you've already set your face. I know some people use them as setting powders, not that you couldn't, but they probably don't hold up as a setting powder like they do as a finishing powder. But I just really love these. I haven't bought one in a long time. I know they're like stupid expensive, but they're so beautiful. And so when I get done applying this, I will go over, we'll go over to the natural lighting so you can get a better view, because my studio light here doesn't really give the best view of what it really looks like. But there is 2 other palettes. There's a medium range and a darker range palette. The medium range only had 1 new shade in it and 5 shades already existing, so I didn't get that one because I probably could have pulled the medium palette off, but I just didn't want to get repeat shades, and I thought going into the fall winter time it would be fun to kind of do just like some lighter shades, you know, because my skin tone is a whole lot lighter, obviously, like most people in the winter time, so I didn't want to get anything too dark. And I can already see, like, it gives such a beautiful shimmer. And like I said, I will take you over to natural lighting where you can see it more, because I know it's really hard to kind of see in this light, but it just leaves your skin so pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the bottom shade here. This is more of like a translucent, if I can talk, more of a translucent powder, and this is in the shade Ethereal Light, which is existing, but I think it's a little bit more of a kind of brightening powder. So I'm going to put that just under my eye. I did set my under eye, like I said, I've set my whole face with the Hourglass powder. And I can already tell that gave my eyes some brightening. Again, kind of hard to tell in the lighting I have, but it's so pretty. I really love this. This is going to be definitely a palette I use all the time. Put that under my eye. And then I'm going to go in with the, let's do the bronzer next. Well, let's do the blush. So I'm going to go in with the newer blush, which is this top one, and that is in the shade Rose Fusion. So this is the new blush that comes in it. So I'm just going to dip into that. Ooh, she's pigmented. I'm going to just tap her off a little bit. And, oh, girl. That is pigmented. Oh, she's so pretty. That's pretty. Oh my goodness. So, very pigmented. I would say you can go in very not heavy-handed with this. Ooh, that is so pretty. I would say personally, in my opinion, these are some of the best powders. Definitely finishing powders that I've ever played with. I'm going a little ham on the blush. I am going to kind of dust this just a little wash over my nose. I just like to sometimes, especially a pretty rose color like this, go over my face, kind of like a sunburn kind of effect. That is so pretty. Okay, and then next I'm going to go in with the bronzer. And the bronzer is in the shade Lunar Bronze. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a little bit of the blush off there so we don't blush our bronze. So we're going to go in with the bronzing shade right down here, and that is in Lunar Bronze, which is also new. So I'm just going to tap into that. That seems quite pigmented. I get scared with the bronzers. I don't want to like overdo it. Oh, you see that? Oh my gosh, it is pretty. I know they've come out with darker shades. Because before you could only get these in like light shades for some reason. Like they just didn't cater to darker skin tones. But now, I think people are, they've come to their senses and definitely done some darker shades, which is really nice. So it's more versatile for everyone. That is a beautiful bronzer. I really love that. I'm just gonna hit my face a little bit right here where I put my blush. Oh, that is very nice. I don't know if you can see. I'll take you over to the natural light here in a second, but I'm just gonna kind of run this down. Those are so pretty. Okay, last but not least, and my favorite part that I've saved for last is the highlighter. And this is an opal strobe light. And this is a metallic strobe powder. So it is their highlighting formula. And I'm going to go in with the more tapered end of this brush. I'm just going to dip into this shade right here. Now these are very, very pigmented, as you were about to find out. Oh my goodness, it's like an angel kiss on your skin. Holy cow. Okay. Do you see that? I know you do. That is, woo. Oh my goodness. So this side has none. Oh, you can see that. That is so pretty. I will take you in the natural lighting, so hopefully it'll pick up the pink more. But it's like a pinky toned highlighter. So pretty. Oh my god. That is so pretty. I love it so much. I'm gonna put it on the tip of my nose. My whole nose. Oh my god, this is like a color I could coat my face in it and just walk around and not care. Like, did I go overboard? Yes. Do I care? No. And I love because these can be really blended and sheared out if you want, you know? Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay. So before I swatch these, I am going to take you over into natural lighting, and then we will do swatches of these, and I will do a little comparison. So let's go look at this in the more natural light. You will have to excuse me. I'm in my room. That is where I film, my bedroom. So, you know, just bear that in mind. But oh my goodness. Just ignore my closet in the background. It's terrible. But oh my gosh. So this is natural lighting that I'm standing in front of. It just gives such a blurred, like, just such a blurred kind of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Just a diffused, blurred, brightened look, you know? I feel like that's not the word I wanted to use, but either way. So I'm absolutely loving this palette. You can see the bronzer's not too dark. It's very nice. I say this would definitely work on obviously light to light medium skin tones. Maybe, I don't know, maybe medium, maybe. Definitely the highlighter and the blush. The finishing powders, they may be a little too light. But this is all natural lighting. This is the highlight right here, the opal strobe light, which I think is so pretty. It's like a pink. I know it's kind of, the camera doesn't do it justice or pick it up, but it is a pink kind of, a pink metallic highlighter. And I know I did a more warm eyeshadow look, so this would obviously look really good probably with a cool tone look too, because it is more of a cooler toned palette. But I'm loving it. So that is the finished look. Let's go back over. I'm going to set my face, and then I'm going to do some swatches for you guys. Okay guys, so we're going to do swatches now. I did set my face with the All Nighter Urban Decay setting spray. So now we're ready to do some swatches. So I'm going to swatch this palette. I'm not the greatest with swatches, but I am going to swatch this palette. Actually, I think, you know what? Let me pause really quick. I'm going to go get a wipey so I can kind of wipe in between, and we'll swatch some of the other palettes too to do comparisons. Okay, so the first, we're going to swatch the first top row. I'm going to swatch all of the colors for you in this palette, and then we'll do some comparisons. So the first shade we're going to swatch is the finishing powder in diffused light. This is what it looks like. I'm going to swatch these on my arm, and then I will show you. It's kind of hard. I don't have the best setup, but you can't really see. It's a very, see, these are very light, so it's hard to see. But right here's where I'm swatching it. Next is the Rose Fusion blush, which is the new shade of blush. And these are not like super great at swatching because they are just, you know, finishing powders, but that's the rose shade. Then next we have the highlight and the opal strobe light, which is, hopefully you'll get to see the pink in this. Yeah, you can see that a little better. Again, doesn't pick it up the best on camera, but it is like a pinky champagne-ish undertoned, very beautiful highlighter. I'm gonna build that up some. And then I'm gonna go in with the bronzer. This is the Lunar Bronze, which is a new bronzing shade. Deep swatch there. So this is it, and I like this because it's very neutral tone. This is not very orange, like some of them can be. So that is the bronzer in Lunar Bronze. Just clean my hands off. Next, we're gonna go into the blush that's already existing, and that is Diffused Heat. Sorry, cleaning my hands off. And I think you can, I wouldn't recommend going in with them wet, but they are a baked formula, so you can technically, I think, go in with them maybe like spritz your brush instead of like obviously getting water in the palette, but I think that is an option. So let's do that. This is diffused heat. Yeah, this is more of a lighter toned pink. It's a little bit more cool toned, where the newer one is a little bit, this one's a little bit warmer, the rose. And then last but not least is the finishing powder in Ethereal Light. Like I said, this is a little bit more of a translucent color. The other one is a little bit more yellow toned. The diffused light is a little bit more yellow undertoned, which is perfect for somebody like me because I actually have like yellow undertones in my skin. So sorry, the lighting is making me look like an Oompa Loompa. I promise I'm not. It's this light. And that is very hard to see, but there's the finishing powder there. It's literally like translucent, so you're not gonna really see it, but it's right there. So this is a beautiful palette. I really like it. Having just now used it, I think it's a beautiful palette. It will definitely get a lot of looks out of it. I will definitely get a lot of looks out of it and wearing time out of it. I love the little owl. Very beautiful. And all of the colors are on the back. It lists the colors for you. So yeah, this is the shades swatched. And like I said, I know this is not, I'm going to kind of pick you up here. I know this is not the best lighting, but that is the swatches. You can kind of see those finishing powders at the beginning right there and at the end. And then the two blushes, the bronzer and the highlight. So that is the new Hourglass palette, the Jellyfish palette, but in the owl packaging. So next, I'm going to just show you some other, I don't know if I'll swatch them, but I will definitely show you some of the other palettes. I don't know if they have a year on them, so I'll see, but they're only a few years old, but they're definitely, I didn't get any last year, so they are previous palettes. So I'll start real quick with the Sculpture palette. This palette came out, I don't know. You'd have to look and see. I'm not sure, but this is the Ambient Lighting Edit Sculpture palette. So this has the same kind of setup-ish in it. It has a setting powder, two finishing powders, two finishing powders, a highlighter, a bronzer, and two blushes in it. This is, I would say, more on the medium, light to medium, definitely medium skin tone. This is dim light right here, and then we have diffused light, which is the same shade that is in the owl palette here, the diffused light that I said was already existing. Then we have the highlighter, the strobe powder, actually. So this is not a metallic strobe powder. The new highlighter I showed you in the palette that we just, the new palette is a metallic strobe. This is a regular strobe lighting powder. A strobe powder in glistening strobe light, which is like a champagne kind of color. Then we have the bronzer in natural bronze light. Then we have the strobe blush in vibrant flush right here in the middle. And then over here, the more mauve tone mood exposure blush, which is in a lot of palettes and a very popular blush of theirs. So there's that. And if anybody would like a video on these, I know there's lots out there, but I'd be more than happy to make a video on these ones specifically. And then these were really popular. They sold out pretty quick. But I did get my hands on them. Sorry, I sprayed my setting spray and it like got in my hair, so now my hair feels a little funky. But anywho, okay, so these palettes were very popular, and they came. Nobody really liked this metallic finished plastic, but anywho, these are the both light power. This is the light one, the light version this year. These both came out the same year. Again, I don't remember what year. I think it was like 2 years ago, maybe 3. But they came in I got the light version, which is the one I'm about to show you. It's the Lighting Edit Ghost, and then I also have the medium version, which is the Lighting Edit Ghost Unlocked. So this is the Lighting Edit Ghost, and again, it has dim light as the finishing powder. I have a lot of the dim light finishing powder, and then it also has the diffused light again, so I have like a bunch of diffused light powders. The strobe powder and iridescent strobe light, right here, which is the highlighter. It's like another pinky shade. I have the bronzer in Eternal Bronze Light. Then it has the strobe blush in Iridescent Rose, and then the blush in Sublime Flush, which is this one. So most of these palettes kind of have like a cooler and warmer toned blushes in them, and then most of them have 2 finishing powders, 1 bronzer, and then a highlight. So that was kind of the lighter version for that year, and it came in like a really cool kind of see-through plastic, clear plastic. And then, last but not least, this one has the little bunny on it. And this is the Lighting Edit Ghost Unlocked. This one sold out a lot, but I got my hands on it. This is more for the medium skin tone range. As you will be able to see, it is a little darker. Definitely it fit me in the summertime when I was tanning, which I loved. But, sorry, it's really awkward trying to hold these. Okay. So we had we have a finishing powder in Soft Light right here. And then in the middle, we have the Filtered Light finishing powder. So these 2 finishing powders. Then we have a bronzer and the Golden Bronze Light. And then right here, we have the Blush in Nude Glow, which was one of my favorites. This is really beautiful. It's like a peachy color. And then we have the Blush in Mood Flush, which again is a very popular line of in the line of theirs. And then last but not least, we have the Metallic Strobe Powder. So I only have 2 Metallic Strobe Powders, and that's in this palette and the new Owl palette. This is Metallic Strobe Powder in Champagne Light Strobe, so it's a very champagne-y color. So these are very more warm toned. So most of the palettes, so the 2 palettes that I have that are more warm toned are going to be this one, which is the Lighting Edit Ghost Unlocked, like I said, and the Sculpture palette. These are both more suited for like medium skin tones. They're just a little bit darker. They would definitely fit light to medium. I don't know if you're super pale, these would work the greatest, but you know. And then the other 2, just to show a comparison, this is the lighter version of the Ghost palette. And then, before I drop them and shatter them, this is the Owl palette, which was the light version of this year's. So both of these were kind of the light versions for light skin tones. And I just love these palettes. I don't know if I'll get next year's, depends. I'll have to really like it or have all 6 new shades. But I do, for the time being, look like a bit of a hoarder with 4 of these palettes. But hey, I'll have plenty of finishing powders to last me. But I love these powders. I think they're great. You know, they're very versatile. They last forever. You can travel with them. You know, it's just kind of your preference. But this is what the owl looks like. So yeah, I will leave you with that. Please, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will be back with another video in the next few days probably. I do have the new Adept Cosmetics palette that just came out that is Star Trek themed, and I'm so excited. So if you want to see that, stay tuned, and yes, I will see you on the next video, and thank you for watching. Bye guys.